Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Saturday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 34 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods it is currently 76 degrees with a high of 80 and a low of 69. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, I show you what I'm doing, I show you how I'm doing it, and then I explain why I did what I did. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always delightful. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact, which I know a majority of you do. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who'll see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. And when you do the playback, I recommend that you play it back a little faster. Go into settings, play it back a little faster than recorded. You can still understand everything, you can still follow. But it just moves things along a little faster. All right. So tonight we have a new buddy color. Yay! Woohoo! This one is out of the book Rustic British Countryside Jubilee. Fun little book. Has some absolutely beautiful, beautiful images in it of the British countryside. Just really nice stuff. All right. So that'll be the image that I'm starting out with. And the reason I'm starting out with it is because we finished our little teddy bear. Angels Come in All Shapes and Sizes Jubilee. Had a lot of fun showing you this book, and I hope that when you saw the posting in our Facebook group that you read the story behind it. How many of you saw the posting and how many of you read the story? You guys know I like to add stories about our finished pieces. Why? Because every piece that you do, you should create and color it as though it were a what? A story. Okay, so let's set that off to the side. So there's this, and then the next image I'm working on is our Troll Girl by Christine Karen. I think she's coming out beautifully, and I'm planning on finishing her tonight as well. I don't know if any of you have this or if you bought the individual image from Etsy. So that'll be our second image. All right, let me set this off to the side. Let me bring that, remove that. Let me get my paper towel. Let me get my scratch sheet. So let's see how everybody's doing. Mamie, welcome. Maggie, welcome. Angry Bear. Miss Julie. Lila's with an S. Onyx is back to her proper name. Janie. Welcome. All right. Excuse me, Leela's. Worked so hard on getting the S, I pronounced it wrong. Thank you. Leela's. All right. So how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? Okay, so Leela is correct, no S. I'm sorry, I thought you told me to the other day that it was Leela's. Leela, all right. Maggie draw, Angry Bear win. Angry Bear went to the mall with her nieces. Janie says win, saw my daughter and 3 grandchildren. Onyx says draw, been sleepy all day. They kept me up till 4 this morning. Julie says lose, my car battery died. Oh, you and Maggie. And still fighting a cold. And a win, you got to color. Yes, you did. Now, on Tuesday, Leela is going to the Pride Parade tomorrow. They're in Canada. Okay, now I want to show you a new book that I'm getting in that I'm going to be flipping through on Tuesday. Pirate Live Jubilee. Flip through on Tuesday. Oh, Lorraine, your book came in today, so we're going to say win for you. Remind everybody which book it was. Maggie says her battery died in front of Kayla's school. I interrupted her staff meeting to get help. Now, I want to show you how these pictures are coloring up. Okay guys, hold on. I gotta take care of something on Facebook. Alright, Julie has already colored up a couple pictures from my new pirate book. She does her coloring in Procreate. So here's one of them that she did. And then she, oh, this is Maggie's picture out of the book. Hello, Sibylusk. And I think there was a, yeah. And here's another one that Julie did. So this is the second one that Julie did. Now, guys, from a teaching perspective, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you get that pirate book. The reason being is it will take you through how to color vivid coloring pages. Now, Julie told me that at first she was apprehensive about the book, but she got it and now she's absolutely in love with it. Yes, this is the buddy coloring that we're doing. Okay, so there's that. Now, next piece of news, sad news. Kyla sent me a text. Hello, Chris. There's a huge storm coming, so I cannot stay. I'm working on the teddy bear, the angel, and the iguana in a tutu. Cool. Chris, go ahead and post your pictures in the group as WIPs, works in progress. But yeah, if you can send them to me. Okay, the other night I told you that Kyla's mom had a stroke. She has updated me. ILene, I am devastated. My mom passed away tonight. She had a very peaceful passing with me and Dad holding her hand. I will be back to see you all, even if I'm quiet, but please keep her in your prayers. Thanks, ILene. Oh, thanks, ILene. So, just to let you know, now, what I would like you to do, please, is please send her a message of condolence. You can look her up on Messenger. Here's her name, KYLAKEMP. And her image is a little monkey. So if you'll take a screenshot of that, if I'll quit wiggling it. So there's that. Chris, I don't think she's signed on right now. But Chris, if you would send her that exact message in text, I'm sure she would love to hear from you. All right. Bye, Chris. Stay safe. Okay. Let's see here. Chris just sent the picture she's working on. Here's her little iguana in the tutu. Isn't that cute? That's from the book Critters and Tutus Jubilee. How pretty is that? And then here is her teddy bear that we just worked on. And that's from the book Angels Comes in All Shapes and Sizes Jubilee. So Mamie can give you those links if you're interested in the books. Okay. All right. So let's start up on this one. Let me grab my pencils. Let's see what we got here. Hallelujah. Okay. Now I'm going to start up on this tree right here. And I'm going to start up in an orange. No, I lied, yellow. Well, Lorraine, that's why you're watching me. Now, if you don't have water-based pencils, then just use standard pencils. So we're going to start off with a yellow. And I am dipping my pencil in a little cup of water. And we'll start this little puppy up. Now, if you don't have the water base, you're just going to use your standard yellow standard pencil. Let me pull out a little bit just so that you can get acclimated. And what I'm doing is I'm using my yellow on the lighter part of this tree. Lorraine, I'm getting the sense from you that starting projects and or colors tend to intimidate you. You don't need to be feeling that way. Now, don't forget also that these pictures are in the coloring guide in our group. Lorraine, coloring should be relaxing, and you need to get away from the concept that there is a specific right and wrong. For example, I could have started this tree in oranges, which actually I'm going to be using an orange on a different part of the tree here. And the thing is, Lorraine, as you watch me over time, you'll start to learn about selecting your colors. And that will come with time and practice. And that comes with, again, you watching my broadcasts. I don't want you to panic over coloring. Oh, this is so pretty already. Wait till you see what I do with it. Now, I am not going to use water-based pencils for this entire project. I'm just using it on the trees. Now, when you're coloring, don't forget to turn your pencil, especially the water-based, because when you wet your point, or the point of your pencil, you can use the different sides, while it's wet. And the other little tip that I want to give you is when I dip my pencil, I dip it in the water, but I give it a little bit of a shake over a paper towel. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of our yellow to the top of the trees. Lorraine, what do you mean you're so obvious? All right. So who is coloring tonight? And specifically, who's coloring this picture with me? Now, if you're using watercolor, your pencil stays wet for quite a bit of time, so you can move around quite a lot on this. So are you guys coloring this picture or are you coloring something else? And if you're not coloring, what are you doing? And of course, Julie's coloring a pirate because she's already colored this picture. Oh, Lorraine, that's okay to have lack of confidence, but you'll learn. Guys, that's why I teach the way I do. Leela, you're coloring the bear. You're going to wait until Friday to get pencil crayons before starting the picture. Okay. Guys, it's perfectly okay to have lack of confidence. But it is not okay to not be willing to try an image. Okay, next color. Let me swatch this for you. It's a medium orange, medium to dark orange. Now, by the way, if you're coloring with water-based pencils, you don't have to wet them every time that you are coloring on a page. You can use them dry. But if you do that, remember you bought them specifically to use as water-based pencil, so it would be kind of silly to use them dry because you're wasting a resource. Okay, medium orange. Guys, please don't forget to text Kyla. Again, I'm sure she'd love to hear from you concerning your mom. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my orange. Oh man, look how pretty that's already starting to look. And again, don't forget to turn your pencil as you use it. Now, remember, if you get too much moisture on your pencil, just lay your paper towel on top of it and press on top of it. Don't rub. Now, don't get too carried away with your orange. You want to be careful that you don't go over your your branches, but even if you do, you can recoup that. Okay, let's take a look at this. Everybody see how pretty that's already starting to look? Julie, when you did this picture, oh yeah, it's a beautiful picture of fall. Julie, when you did this picture, did you use the coloring guide? Okay, now if you look carefully on this picture, you'll see that there's another tree here and then there's a lighter one towards the outside. So using that same orange that I was just using to the right, yeah, you referred to it. Yeah, perfect. Now, as you are coloring, you will feel your pencil drying out. Now, be sure you get in between your branches. And my pencil is still damp enough that I can use this as a water base. And I want you to notice that when I'm coloring this, I'm coloring in little circles. And I think I also told you that when I dip my pencil in the water, I just take the tip and I just touch it to my paper towel. That's why I'm getting my little dots on this paper towel. Janie, take your time on this. How's it going for you? Oh, Onyx, you're going to be starting restorative physical therapy soon. Yay! Now, I want you to notice how I'm bringing my orange on top of my yellow here. And the time to do that is when your pencil is a little bit drier. Remember, as you use the side of your pencil, it's going to get drier and drier. When you go to turn it, you're going to hit that more damp spot. Now, and again, if you don't have water-based pencils, you can be doing this with standard pencils. Oh, Onyx, I think I'd be super excited about getting you out of bed. Okay, let me pull out. Let's get a lay of the land here. Currently, you only get out of bed on Fridays for a shower. Takes about 20 minutes the rest of the time you're in bed. Onyx, what about efforts to get you speaking again? What about the therapy for that? Okay, let's bring this orange up at the top here. All right, now I'm going to come in with a lighter orange. I'll zoom in a second. So now we've got a third color yet in these trees. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. All right, let me move over here. Thank you, Mamie. Thank you, Sibylesque. And I'm working my way back to the right. This is where I had my yellow earlier. Angie, this is from Rustic British Countryside Jubilee. Okay, let me pull out. Oh, is this pretty? All right, let me pull out. We can take a look at this. And I'm going to grab a tissue. Creak. Not hard, guys, at all. Okay, I'm going to mute you a second. Hold on. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to come back to my yellowish area over here on the right. Now the colors that I have basically are the yellow, gold, yellow, a medium orange, and then a light orange. So I'm going to come back with my light orange and I'm going to put it on top of my yellow. In various spots. Isn't that pretty? Now, again, if you don't have water-based pencils, or watercolor pencils as they're called, you need to be doing this with your standard pencils. So if you thought that this looked really good a second ago, check it out now. And make sure, of course, don't cover up your yellow completely. Yeah, the reason that you're seeing the green, Lorraine, is that's because of the gray scale image. In other words, that gray sometimes will show through. And that usually happens when you're using yellows. And boy, is this pretty. Okay. Isn't that lovely? I'm just cleaning up my background a little bit where I got some of my watercolor on the sky area. Apparently I had a little bit of it on my hand where I rest my hand and it transferred. Okay. And Lorraine, good eye to catch that green. Okay. Let's work on the leaves that are by the door. Yes, yellow and gray produce green. Here, let me show you. Okay, Sibylesque. When yellow and gray are mixed, the resulting color is a muted desaturated yellow or a greenish gray. Depending on the specific shades and proportions used, the exact shade can vary from a muddy yellow to a warm greenish gray. All right. Let's get our tree here by the door. So I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow. Then I'm going to come in with my light orange. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of green because we've got some greenery here. Hold on, gotta dig it out. And my swatch sheet has disappeared on me. There it is. And on the darker areas of my bushes, I'm going to come in with my dark green. Now, don't go crazy with your pencil because we've got flowers here. And what I'm going to do is I'll detail the flowers in with a standard color pencil. Right now, I'm just coloring in our dark green. How pretty is that? And again, when you turn your pencil, you're going to have it act as a watercolor pencil because that moisture is still on the other side of your point. Okay, let's take a peek. It's all starting to come into play, isn't it? All right, let's go back to our yellowish area here. I'm going to come in with my light orange. And I'm putting that light orange on top of my yellow. And look how that really looks like a tree now with fall leaves. And again, you can do, Lorraine, this exact same thing with non-watercolor pencils. Now, let's get that lighter orange on top of these little areas up here that are yellow. So we have the yellow and the orange leaves. Oh, I'm really enjoying this piece. Just make sure that before you brush anything off, make sure that your pencil areas that you put in with your water-based pencils is dry. Okay. Now, if you're using a cup of water like I was, be sure you dump it so you don't knock it over. Okay, Payne's Gray pencil. Oh yeah, this romantic country motif is beautiful. Lorraine, did you buy this book? Now, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to come in with my orange, but I'm going to use it dry. Oh, good. So you'll have other opportunities to do different versions. I'm using a dry orange. And don't accidentally take a drink of your watercolor cup of water. Oh, Julie. Exactly. Okay. Payne's Gray. I'm going to start detailing the branches. And I'm also going to be adding a little bit of gray, the Payne's Gray, in between the leaves themselves. And I'm spot coloring with it. And I'm not pressing hard with my pencil at all. So some of the gray is to color the branches. Some of the gray is to color a little bit in between the leaves. Now, don't get carried away with your gray. And here's a very light coloring here of my gray to do my tree bark. And a little bit in between my darker leaves. Now I'm going to pop in a little bit of brown with this gray that I just did on the tree trunk. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? Okay. I'm not happy with that smudge of gray that I put over here. I'm going to add a little bit of orange on top of that, just to diffuse that color. Now, I've gotten yellow on my orange pencil here. So I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm just simply going to wipe it off. All right, clean point. Guys, what do you think of the tree so far? I think we can say DDG on this, drop dead gorgeous. Not hard, guys. Okay. Now, since we did the tree, I'm going to grab my chalks let me get those. Lorraine, do you see how straightforward this is about applying the colors? Lorraine, what it boils down to is you need to trust me when I'm showing you guys something. So, what looks hard is actually very straightforward. Okay. I need to send Mamie something because I'm using... All right, Leela. Oh, give me a minute. Okay, Mamie, I've got a link coming to you. Oh, and before I show you this, Julie has another picture she's been working on. Pirate Life Jubilee. Dramatic. Isn't that beautiful? He's had a very rough time. And that's the whole theme of my coloring book. Pirate life is not easy. Oh, Leela, how cool. You've completed your bear and you're going to frame it. It's the first time for doing grayscale. Don't forget to date it and put your initials on it. Okay, so this is an applicator. It's a little barrel thingy. And it comes with these sponge tips, which are removable and washable. So you get these little tips. And you get 3 extra in the packet. Now, what I'm hoping that I haven't tried yet is that I can take my sponge tip applicator, my 3-inch applicator. I'm going to see if this fits. And unfortunately, it does not. So much for that idea. Okay. Hey, I'm all for saving money. What can I say? Julie, I love your pirate. Okay. So I'm going to take my pencil here, type applicator. And I'm going to come in with my light blue. Now, this applicator was gifted to the group. Like I said, the person contacted me and sent this to me. And again, the reason that I'm doing this now is because I want to show the contrast between our watercolor tree and our sky. Now, when I get to my larger area, I'm going to use my paper towel. Now let me get in between the tree here. Oh, is that beautiful? And then I'm going to come in with a slightly darker blue. And you can see that I'm doing that slightly darker blue in patches. In other words, you don't want to completely cover up your first blue. How pretty is that? Can you guys see the different blues on camera? Janie, you can see it? All right, good. Leela, you can? Good. Now these trees will really stand out. All right, let me get into my teeny tiny area here. All right, let me get up this area at the top. Onyx, good night. Is your phone running down? Your battery? I'm about to start my troll girl. Okay, check this out. Onyx, I need you to absolutely contact me on Messenger. Have your daughter help you to do that. Oh, Lila sent me her bear. Oh, what a cutie. Lila, post it in the group. Leela, excuse me. Onyx, did you hear me? Okay, try and get that fixed. Look for colorist ILene Vick. Okay. I need to switch projects. I'm having too much fun with this one. All right, we got us a good piece going here. Again, this is from Rustic British Countryside Jubilee. Okay, Lorraine, thank you for letting me know. Okay, my goal is to get this finished tonight. Oh, Lorraine, you're Eastern time. Okay. Yeah, I saw it, Janie. Miss Julie, good night. Okay. Now, I have a greenish gray. Let me swatch this for you. You want to find that in your pencils. And given that we're doing a troll, and given that we're working in greens, it makes sense to use this color. So I'm going to start out with my greenish gray. And then I'm going to come in with a golf, this is a golf gray. This is a Color 404. Let me swatch that for you. These are the two grays that I'm using. Or a gray and a green. A grayish green and then a green. And then I'm going to use a light gray. So these are the three colors that I'm using, not that one right there. All right, here's that last gray. And notice how I'm using that as my blender. Now, the reason that I'm using these colors, these specific colors, is because, like I said, I want to emulate a moss green atmosphere. Green gray. The Gulf gray. My light gray. Green gray, and then green. Green gray. Green, light gray. Green to gray, green. Light gray. Now, I'm only going to do half the stones on camera. I will do the other half off of camera because there's some other things I want to do with this. Green, gray, green, light gray. I'm just going to work this up to the top here. Green to gray. Green. Light gray. All right, 3 more of these and then I'm going to show you some other things. Green to gray. Green. Light gray. I'll tell you what, this is going to look pretty cool. Green, gray. Green. Lightest gray. Okay, then my Payne's Gray in between. And when you add your Payne's Gray, you're going to want to do that all the way down. Look how cool that looks. In effect, you're outlining your little rocks here with your Payne's Gray. Oh, I'm sorry, I slid off camera. Okay. Now, the whole purpose of all that is that you want this border to look dimensional, which it does. Sybil S., good night. And I'm just using my lightest gray to come out a little further with this edge. So by the time that you bring your two grays out into the picture, that's making this whole border look dimensional. Check it out. And this whole border, by the time I'm done, is going to look like that. Look how dimensional that looks. Okay. Just doing a little cleanup around the outside here. Now I'm going to start adding some metal findings to my troll. So I'm going to start with the earrings here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut my ovals in half. Now, these findings is stuff that is used for nail art. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack 2 or 3 of these on top of this earring. And that way I get the coverage that I'm looking for. Alright, let me go ahead and glue these puppies down. And let's get this last one going in the opposite direction. There you go. And then we've got a couple more on this side. Check it out. All right, let's get the other side. Same type of thing. Mamie, do you have the link for the nail art findings? Okay. Same idea on this side. Now, nail art findings are absolutely phenomenal for doing things like this. Any questions? All right, let's take a look at this. Now she's got earrings. All right. Now, the next little embellishment that I'm going to put on here is I have feathers. We have a feather on our young lady. I'm going to add that feather to her hair. Now, this is a feather assortment that you can purchase off of Amazon. Mamie will have the link up to that shortly. Let me add my glue. And there we go. Now I'm just going to glue the top half down so that the rest of it basically hangs free. Let's see if I can show that to you. See that? How cool is that? Okay. Third add-on. I'm going to work at the bottom where it says troll. And we'll start with the letter T. Now again, I'm only going to do the one because we are running out of time. So let me color up my stone. Here's my gray green. my regular green, and my light green. Okay, Leela. Now let me do a couple of the other stones around this so you can see the full effect of what I'm about to do. There's my gray green. Here's my green. And then my light green. Excuse me, light gray. Gray green. Green. And then my light gray. And don't forget your Payne's gray in between. Janie, good night. I'm on for about another 10 more minutes. Okay. Now, I have some micro beads. And they're gold. So I'm going to go ahead and do my shading on the letter. I'm going to fill up that letter with my glue. And then I'm going to come in with my gold micro beads. I mean, these things are, gosh, they could probably go through the eye of a needle. Check it out. Look how cool that looks. Now, again, I'm not going to do each letter on camera. I'll do that off camera. There you go. Let me pull out. Check out that letter T. Isn't that cool? Leela says it looks nice. Now, it takes a little bit of patience to get these micro beads in. But trust me, well worth it. So what's going to happen, let me go a little bit closer so you can see. So what's going to happen is I will have those micro beads on every single letter on the bottom. All right, I think I'm at a good stopping point. Questions, comments? So what I'll do is tonight off the camera, I will finish around the edges. And by the time I'm done, that's going to have the look of a dimensional frame. All right, so we got our little troll girl basically done. The book is Fairy and Fantasy by Christine Caron. And we started out with our buddy color, which is from Rustic British Countryside Jubilee. Water-based pencils on the trees. And you can see how I captured the look of the different tree colors. Okay guys, calling it an evening. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. I hope you have fun. I hope you learn something. And tomorrow night we'll see what else kind of trouble we can get into. Guys, please share this broadcast. Please hit that like button. That way other people can join in and learn something. Okay, guys, take care. Have a great rest of the evening. And I will see you tomorrow night. Take care. Bye.